Welcome back to CAD 112, and we are working on project 11. And in this one, we've got a drawing we've got to do here. And let me minimize this and bring that in. And right here it is. And what we're doing is conventional breaks, and you're going to see that in your textbook. But right here, I've already got this drawn out, and I've got a front view and a top view already laid out. And my template was in inches, and I think it's what you guys have right now. And I want to take and convert this metric into inches. And the best way to do it is just go ahead and draw everything out according to these numbers, and then we'll scale it down. And that'd be the easiest way to do this. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'll pull up a calculator. So here's my calculator, and what we want to do is like this 625, be 625 times 0.03937. Let's see what it looks like in inches. It's 24.6 inches in length. So that's the reason that we're going to use this break, is because we've got a lot of feature here, but it's so long that when you put it on a sheet, it just you're not going to be able to see that very well, these big features like this, because of the length of this shaft. Or any part that's very similar to this, you'll see that, and you can use breaks. And let's get in here, and I'll show you how to do that. All you have to do is come up here and do a scale. Go up and grab scale, and I'll grab both of these. I should have had a right side view too, but I didn't. Right click to enter, and I'm just going to click right here on the end point of that, and I want to type in 0.03937. That's the factor, and I'll zoom in. Now, what that 0.03937 is 1 millimeter is equal to 0.03937 inches. That's where we're getting that from. So now, if I were to go in here and measure from the center point of that to this end point, it's going to be that 24.606 that we calculated just a few minutes ago on our calculator. Okay, so that's the easiest way to do that. If you don't have a metric template set up, we'll just put it in inches. Now, I got to make sure I got my layers on here too. These need to be hidden lines right here. So, layer properties. And do I have any hidden lines? Dimensions. Yeah, I do have dimensions. Right here they are. No, that's dimensions. I don't have any hidden. So I'll hit new, and this will be my hidden line. I'll do like a light gray or something like that. It'll be easy to differentiate if you don't have a colored printer. And hidden line right there, and I want to set it current. Close out of that, and we'll grab those. Grab that. We're going to switch it to hidden line, just like that. And not really seeing it too well up here. And what you can do, if you can type in LT scale if it doesn't show your hidden lines very well, and we can just mess around with that factor like 0.8. We're getting closer. Hit spacebar to repeat the command. 0.6. That looks a little bit better. We can see those hidden lines in there. And also I'm missing one of my object lines up here. There'll be a spot from there to there, and there to there. And it won't be hidden. It'll be the same as these object lines. So I want to show you something else. There's properties. There's match property. Click on that, and then you come over and click those, and it matches the property. It's a real quick and easy trick. All right, so now I want to split this thing up, or I want to take and put a break in it to shorten it up. And let's say, for instance, I want to put this on an A-size paper. So I want to come here to layout one. I'll make myself one. Page setup manager, layout one. I'll modify it, and letter size is perfect. So I hit close on that. And when I come in here, I don't have no title box or anything in here yet. But let's just say that I did, and And let's say we had a offset ½ inch and put our title box and all that stuff in. It's not going to let me go off that. I thought it might, but it's not. So I'm going to come up here and catch that point. Come down here, I'm going to turn that snap off, and I want to catch right there at that end point. Come back up here at the top. I'll grab that and make sure it comes right up here to that edge. Just like that. And it's a hidden line, so we'll have to change that as well. So I'll make that ½ inch. We'll have to make a border. I don't have a border. I don't know if I got one on here or not. I don't see one. Yeah, title box. There we go. And then of course you'll have your little title box. Title box, make current. Make me a rectangle down here at the bottom. And just like that. And you'd fill all that in. But anyways, let's see what kind of scale it's going to look good on this. And I go in here, and if I do a 1:1, you see, oh man, but it shows these features up really well. So what I want to do is I want to cut this about somewhere in this vicinity. Now there's different ways to do this. You can just do these, you can do a long break line, just like come in here, and it's basically going to look like a heartbeat. You can just manually draw those lines in. And I'll just put that up there like, well actually, might look better if I just mirror it. And then we'll do another mirror on it. We'll get that. And that way we'll get these things dead on the money. And then we can put our line on down. And then you can just grab this one and do a copy on it. Copy. And put you another one over here. Perfect. We'll do the same thing. We'll grab all those again. We'll do a copy. And we'll just bring it down here to this as well. Same way. And then what you're going to do at this point is just take and trim that out, trim that out, and then you can just go in here, and I'm going to go back to 1:1. And really you need a right side view on this as well, or a revolution, and we'll get into that shortly. So I'll cut it off about right here. So I'm just going to put line, just let it float nearest, and just, it doesn't matter where it's at. And that line can stretch on down to here, trim everything up, just like that. And I'm sure you've got these other pieces out here that need to go, so we'll go back to 1:1. Now you can do these conventional breaks like this, or you can actually, where this is rounded, you could do the round, and you'll see that in your textbook, but this is perfectly sufficient for what we're doing. And now whenever you go in here and put like a dimension from the center of this back to here, we need to go in there and fix our annotations. So let's go back to model, and let's fix our annotations real quick. Go to annotate. It's on standard. We need to set this, we need to make us a new style up. New style, annotative, and I'll call it annotative. Continue. And primary units, decimal, text, 0.125. And I don't have this one set up for any annotations, I don't think. So I'll just leave it 0.125. Symbols and arrows, arrow size 0.125. That might be too big. We'll just have to see whenever it comes up. All that stuff should be good shape. Okay, 1:1 scale. And annotatives on, linear, 1:1. And there we go. And I'll show you something. You know this number isn't correct. It should have been like what we done earlier, 24.606. All you have to do on that is double click this, 24.606, just like that. And that'll get your measurement. And sometimes you'll also see like a break in the dimension line here. And if you want to do that, you can just click on it, and you could explode it, and you could draw one of them in it. But it's known right here that this is cut, so it's not necessary. And see how you've got that dimension in there, and the rest of it, then that way you can dimension this top part, this connection part, and you wouldn't have any issues. Now, I am seeing my line type scale, so let's go in here where we're model LT scale, and 1. Sometimes the scales of the line types don't look the same as what they do in model space to paper space. So sometimes you got to go in there while you're in your paper space and adjust on those. There we go. I done a 0.5, and that gives us a little bit of a look of a hidden line there. But really, it'd be great to have a right side view on this, so we can kind of get a little idea of some more detail on it, especially where you've got this round. And like I said, we could do a revolution drawing on this that would bring that in, a revolve section. But we'll get into that in the next few classes. So if you have any trouble or have any questions, just let me know.